Hey everyone! If you're enjoying these real-life stories that hit close to home, hit that subscribe button right now so you don't miss out on more like this. I never imagined walking away would be the most silent choice I'd ever make. No yelling, no banging doors, no prepared monologues running through my mind. Just a quiet resolve forming deep inside me. After spending years struggling to catch my breath in a space that had gradually run out of oxygen. My name is James. I'm 42. Reliable work, consistent routines, endless tolerance. Or at least I once believed tolerance was a good quality, not a red flag. When I first met Sophia, she was pure light. She brightened every corner. Her laugh came naturally. She'd lean closer when you talked. She recalled tiny things that made you feel special. I was more reserved, more solid. I handled repairs. I was always there. We seemed to match because I figured relationships were about equilibrium. Her energy, my steadiness. For quite a while, it did. The initial signs were faint. A glance lingering a bit too much on her screen. Replies that were just polite nods instead of real talk. I'd share about my day and see she hadn't caught a word. I convinced myself it was typical. Schedules get packed. Bonds evolve. That's the story guys in long-term relationships tell when they ignore the fading connection. I made up for it, like many do, put in extra hours at work, prepared meals more often, questioned less. I figured pushing harder would bridge the gap, that reliability could mend apathy. When she quit holding my hand, I'd extend mine even more. When she stopped checking in on me, I'd inquire about her day with a grin I'd rehearsed in front of the mirror. There's a unique isolation in sharing a bed with someone who stopped noticing you exist. Not mad, not mean, just gone, as if you've turned into a fixture, handy, known, overlooked. I'd stay up hearing her swipe through her feed, the glow from the screen lighting the space. Pondering the exact moment, I turned into something disposable. One evening, I softly asked, "Did I mess up somehow?" She kept her eyes down. She replied, "You're reading too much into it." That phrase turned into a barrier. Every worry I brought up hit it and fell flat. Reading too much into it. Overly emotional. Exaggerating. Odd how when a guy voices feeling undesired, it's labeled a weakness rather than a cue. If this sounds like your own experience, give this video a thumbs up and pass it on so it reaches those who could use a reminder. Certain insights lose their power if kept secret. The change didn't hit all at once. It wore away slowly. Closeness vanished first. Then warmth, then simple interest. When I quit making efforts, she barely registered it. That stung worse than outright dismissal. I saw I could fade out inside, and her routine would stay exactly the same. The turning point wasn't dramatic. It was everyday, nothing special. I suggested we chat. She let out a breath, like when a small annoyance breaks your flow. She mentioned being worn out from discussions, from demands, from me making everything a big deal. "Things are okay as they are," she said. "If they're not for you, handle it." Something clicked in me right then. Not rage, but clear insight. I finally faced what I dodged. She hadn't shoved me aside. She just advanced forward while enjoying the perks of me sticking around. I wasn't her equal anymore. I was scenery. That evening, I gathered my things calmly. Some outfits, basics, no letter, no scene. I wasn't seeking final words. I craved perspective. Stepping out, the breeze felt crisper, fresher, as if my chest recalled how to expand fully. Before you form an opinion on my decision, leave a comment saying silent if you think calm doesn't demand a fight. I'm curious how many get this feeling. I didn't depart to hurt Sophia. I left to rescue my own well-being. Oddly, the instant I quit justifying, I felt tougher than I had for ages. The time right after was oddly peaceful. No chaos, no doubts creeping in. Just serene starts to the day and a new feeling of room to breathe. I crashed at a buddy's place initially, then rented a modest spot close to the office. Nothing extravagant, just neat spaces, fresh air flowing in, and quiet that was all mine. For the first time in forever, I wasn't stealing against apathy. I was just being, and that seemed like a step ahead. Sophia didn't reach out immediately. No shock there. When someone's accustomed to you handling the unease, they seldom spot when you pull back. It took 7 days for my phone to show her name. A couple overlooked calls, then a message. We should discuss. Now, are you all right? Not what went down, just her requirement. I held off a whole day to respond. Not for tactics, but to reply from clear-headedness, not routine. I typed, I'm here to hear it. Tell me what's on your mind. She inquired about my location. I skipped that. She wondered when I'd return. I said, I already have. Truth was, that space ceased being home once I stopped matching there. When we did connect face-to-face, she seemed puzzled rather than upset, like eyeing a sealed entrance she assumed would stay open. She admitted she never believed I'd go through with it. That one line revealed more than any dispute could. I understood my endurance had unintentionally shown her my boundaries were flexible. She brought up pressures, temporary stages, how partnerships aren't meant to thrill constantly. I didn't argue. I just shared that unions aren't supposed to feel like vanishing either. I explained I'd attempted to express myself for years, and when that didn't work, I picked self-respect. She questioned if another person was involved. I shook no. This isn't swapping you out. I told her. It's about getting myself back. If you're tuning in and recalling all the moments you held back words for harmony, drop a note below saying done. If you think dignity has a cutoff point, share your thoughts on where to draw it. Sophia's change arrived eventually. Not sobs, not regrets, but worry. Worry over losing grip on a setup that always suited her better. She started seeing what she'd missed. My void, the quiet I'd filled, the work I no longer gave. Strange how importance shows up only once it's pulled away. I stayed gone, not from bitterness, but because I finally cared for myself too much to bargain my value. Departing didn't turn me harsh. It turned me real. And being real, I discovered, can seem harsh to those who gain from your quietness. Existence didn't suddenly get perfect. Some nights weighed heavy. Some dawns felt empty, but none rang empty inside. There's a gap between solitude and invisibility. One aches. The other erodes you bit by bit. A few months on, Sophia sent a final note. She said she got it now, that my absence pushed her face sides of herself she'd overlooked. I hoped the best for her, genuinely. Progress doesn't require coming together always. Sometimes it needs letting go. My silent departure didn't overhaul everything by surprising her. It overhauled everything by renewing me. I quit demonstrating. I quit begging. I began deciding. And in that decision, I rediscovered a feeling absent for too long. Calm that needed no approval. That insight stuck, guiding every choice, limit, and commitment I set for myself moving ahead. Before you go, give this a like. Jump into the comments by sharing. When did it dawn on you that staying mute was taking too high a toll? And subscribe for tales that show why stepping back can be bravery, not defeat.